Hi everybody, Ellen here from Target Training, and this is your turnout video. As some of you may be aware, turnout originates in your hips, not your feet like you would think. So in this video, we're gonna work on strengthening and mobilizing our hips so we can improve our turnout for Irish dance. We're gonna strengthen the deep rotator muscles so we have more power to turn out with, and we're gonna mobilize our hips so we have a better range of motion to use that strength and power. This is a critical video for any Irish dancer, as turnout is one of the key components to the style of Irish dancing. So, clear your space, grab a water bottle, and let's get to work on our turnout. All right, let's get started with your turnout. We're gonna begin with a few of our mobility exercises. So make your way down onto the ground, and we're gonna start with our ape walks. So knuckles are gonna be on the ground. You're gonna squat down and then slowly walk forward. Depending on the size of your room, you may need to make a couple laps, but in our video, we just go down and back. So just keep going for a little while. You might feel some loosening up or some tightness in your hips. And switching over, now we're going into our frog jumps. So both hands come forward, and then both feet come forward, trying to keep your heels flat on the ground, your bum low so you're in a deep squat. Again, we're not actually hopping, but using our arms to take our weight and then back onto our feet. And last one, a side lunge. So get really low, flex your foot at the end, and then switch over to the other side. So stay low in the middle, flex your foot long and your leg long at each side. Couple more. Rest. All right, we're gonna go into our plie position. So put your feet far apart. Your knees are gonna be over your ankles, back is straight. You're gonna lower down, engaging your core, belly button to your spine, and then press back up, squeezing your glutes together, your bum, and your inner thigh. Now check out your alignment. Make sure that your knees are over your ankles, and you want your knees pointing in the same direction as your toes. So not your knees going forward and your toes going to the side. Notice here that Bridget's toes aren't pointing directly sideways, rather on an angle. And rest. Now into our passe press. So place your hands on your waist, bend one knee up. We're gonna open it up, squeeze our glutes at the end, and bring it back together. Open, squeeze, in. The whole time you're keeping your core engaged. Take out any curve in your spine, standing up tall on your grounded leg. Couple more. Switch. Now turn your leg out in the front, and we're gonna lift it up, controlled pulses up and back down. When you bring it back down, note how she's not bringing it all the way back down, but just a couple inches. So keep pulsing up. And last one, turn your leg out in the back, and you're gonna engage your glute muscles. So engage your bum, squeeze it, and then lift that leg up in the back. Again, no arching in your back. So same exercise from the side. She's standing up tall, leg is turned out, and it's only going back a couple inches in the back. Good, now we're gonna change sides. So passe press on our left leg, opening up, squeezing your glute at the end, and then pull it back together. Engage your core, belly button is pulled in. Standing tall on that standing leg, not sitting into your hip. Couple more. Good, and then bring your leg turned out in front, lift it up and lower down just a couple inches. Engage your core, press into the ground with that standing leg, standing up tall, back is straight. And switch, bring it behind you. Pressing back, squeezing your glutes. And keep with that same exercise, just a side view. Standing up tall, no leaning. Your foot is only going back a couple inches. A few more here. And rest. All right, for this next series, we'll want something that you can lean on, either the back of a chair or a little table. So anything that's about waist high. So our first one, we're gonna kick back with our leg turned out. So spine is straight, nothing is moving. The only thing that's going is her leg. When she lifts up, again, engaging in your glutes. Now really twist from your hip to turn out your entire leg when you lift it up. Now bend your leg, it's turned out. This is a very small movement. Lift, squeeze your glutes, back down. Engage your core the entire time. Try to keep your back straight. Now your leg is still turned out. You're bending it, pulling it to your opposite bum, and then extending it out. The whole time, keep your core engaged, your glutes engaged, and your hamstrings on the back of your legs. In and squeeze, out and push. Good. Now let's do all of those exercises on the other foot. So starting with that straight leg kickback, you're turned out from the hip, core is engaged, and when you lift up, engage your glutes. And change, turned out leg. This is a small movement. Lift, squeeze, and engage your glutes. You should begin feeling a burn in that left bum right now. And last one, leg is turned out. Bend, bring it to your opposite bum, and then kick it out with a flexed foot. A few more. Rest. Good. Place your chair to the side. We're going to do a standing leg series and we don't need any help with this one. So facing to the front, hands on your waist. You're going to just kick your leg out, all while keeping it in parallel. So notice how Hannah's toes are pointed directly forward. When she lifts up, her back stays straight, so she's not tipping along with her leg. You may only be able to lift it a couple inches, and that's okay. Lift it up, squeeze the side of your leg, and with control, bring it back down. Now she's going to turn out from her hip without leaning backwards. Turn out and with control, lift it up, bring it back down. Up and squeeze, and bring it back down. Now hold your leg out to the side, engaging your core, spine is straight, and using your hip only, you're going to turn your foot in and out. So it's not her foot that's moving, it's her whole leg, initiating the movement from her hip, squeezing in and out. Make sure that you're standing up tall that whole time. Now back to the beginning, left leg. So we start with that parallel leg lift. Her back is straight, core is engaged. Standing leg is grounded into the floor, nice and strong. She's lifting up with control, squeezing the outside of her hip, and then lowering her leg back down. Now turned out. So turning out from the hip, which makes your toe point out to the side. With control, lift it up, engage your core, and with control, bring it back down. And last one in this series, leave your leg out. Again, initiate the movement from your hip. Turn your leg all the way in and all the way out. Engaging your core, standing strong in your standing leg. Back is straight. Couple more. And rest. All right, make your way down to the ground. We're gonna do one last mobility exercise. Starting in crisscross, you're gonna take your top leg and place that ankle, not your foot, on top of your knee. Then I want you to scoot your bottom foot forward so it's directly below your knee. If you have any sort of tightness in your hips, you won't be able to get that top knee all the way down, and that's okay. I want you to put your hands behind you and press into the ground to sit up tall. And change sides. Now, if this is no problem for you and you can get your legs one on top of the other, reach forward and start stretching forward to stretch out your hips. Congrats on completing your turnout video. I encourage you to do this video at least 3 days a week to get the best results for your turnout. So, we hope to see you back again soon.